All right, we have breaking news for you right now. The first civilian trial for a Guantanamo Bay detainee has just been delayed. We just got word that a judge has blocked the government from calling its most important witness in this case, a man who authorities say sold explosives to the defendant, Ahmed Gilani. Now, Gilani, who we know of, is accused of playing a key role in the deadly 1998 bombings of 2 U.S. embassies in Africa. Rick Leventhal joins us live. He has been breaking this news for us in the federal courthouse in New York City. Rick, what's going on there?
Martha, this is exactly the thing that critics were concerned might happen if these trials of Gitmo detainees were moved from military tribunal to civilian court. What we have here is a key witness who has now been blocked from testifying because of the enhanced interrogation techniques used to learn about that witness. Again, as you mentioned, Ahmed Khalfan Gilani is the defendant in this case. He is accused of helping orchestrate 2 bombings of U.S. embassies in East Africa back in 1998 that left 224 people dead, including a dozen Americans, and injured hundreds more. Gilani is accused of assembling the bomb components, of even buying one of the trucks used in the suicide bombings, even driving one of the suicide bombers to the area before leaving a day before the bombings and fleeing to Pakistan, where he allegedly became a cook and a bodyguard for Osama bin Laden. Gilani was captured back in 2004 and was held in a secret CIA camp overseas where he was subjected to enhanced interrogation techniques. Then he was transferred to Guantanamo Bay back in 2006. Now, Gilani's defense lawyers claim that those interrogation techniques amounted to torture and that the evidence collected as a result should be tossed out. This is a complex case, obviously, and possibly the first of many.
Wow. As you point out, Rick, that's exactly what...
test to see how does it work from a number of different levels, whether it's security around the courthouse, whether it's the way operationally court procedures go into effect, whether it's discovery, whether it's testimony by federal agents, and also the issue of enhanced interrogation techniques.
And just to reinforce that point, Martha, obviously the CIA and operatives overseas are working under a very different set of rules when they're dealing with enemy combatants than lawyers would be working under, or prosecutors would be working under in the United States. And what we have here today is some implication, perhaps, that they're going to face a real tough time getting convictions in the U.S. on these cases that began overseas. Again, this trial delayed until at least next Tuesday while prosecutors decide whether or not to appeal the judge's ruling on this key witness.
Wow, this is a huge development for those who think that these should only be done in military tribunals. And I imagine questions about whether or not Khalid Sheikh Mohammed ought to be tried in a similar kind of courtroom situation.
Yeah, and again, just the first of potentially many, many cases, including Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 4 co-defendants who were involved, allegedly involved in the 9/11 attacks.
Exactly.
You know, that was supposed to be the first trial of Gitmo detainees here in the U.S., but instead we have Gilani's case, and now Gilani's case may be in jeopardy.
May not be going well. Rick, thank you so much. Rick Leventhal with that breaking news from downtown Manhattan.